You've probably heard the phrase, your thoughts become your reality. But how often do you actually think about that statement? The fact is, your thoughts are constantly shaping your reality, whether you're aware of it or not. So then what happens when those thoughts turn against you? Welcome to our channel. Today we're going to look at how your thoughts may be holding you back without you even knowing it and what you can do about it. First off, let's talk about these sneaky little things called automatic negative thoughts, or NTS. Now you might be thinking, oh, ants, those tiny little creatures that invade your picnic and make a mess. Well, in this case, we're talking about a different kind of ant, these automatic negative thoughts. These were first brought to light by Dr. Aaron Beck, a pioneer in the field of cognitive therapy. He noticed that a lot of his patients would repeat the same negative thoughts over and over again without even realizing it. Thoughts like, I'm not good enough, I'm going to fail, everyone dislikes me. They just kept saying these things over and over again, but why do we do this? Why do we keep feeding our brains these negative thoughts? Well, according to Beck, these thoughts become automatic because we've said them so many times before that they basically become a habit. It's like a well-worn path in the woods. The more we walk down it, the deeper the path becomes. The same thing happens with our thoughts. The more we think them, the easier it becomes. Now, here's where things get interesting. According to evolutionary psychology, our brains have what's called a negativity bias. This means that we're naturally more focused on threats and failures than on successes or positive outcomes. Think about it. If you were to walk into a room full of people, would you naturally scan the room to see if there was anything dangerous lurking around, like a wild animal or a weapon? Or would you just focus on the cute dog in the corner? Probably the former, right? That's because our brains are wired to pay more attention to negative information because it could mean the difference between life and death. So all this to say, we're naturally inclined to focus on the negative. Here's the kicker. When we focus on the negative, we feed our brain's negativity bias, which makes it even more likely that we'll see negative things. It's like a vicious cycle. We feel negative, so we think negative thoughts. Those thoughts make us feel worse, which makes us think even more negative. Before you know it, you're stuck in a loop of negativity. Let's illustrate this further with an example. Let's say you have a big presentation coming up at work. Maybe it's your first time presenting to the executive board. Here's how the cycle would work. You might have a thought like, I'm going to fail. I'm not qualified enough to present to them. This thought makes you feel anxious and scared. Your body responds by triggering fight or flight. You run away from the problem by putting it off. Then you tell yourself, I procrastinated because I knew I would fail. And that feeds back into the original thought, making it stronger. Next time you think it, it's even easier to believe. The result, you reinforce the belief that you're not capable and it holds you back. To break free from this loop, we need to understand how our brains work and use that knowledge to our advantage. Our brains are incredibly powerful machines, but they're also lazy. They love to take shortcuts and rely on past experiences to make decisions quickly. This is called neuroplasticity. Every time you think a thought, you're strengthening the neural connections in your brain that are associated with that thought. It's like a well-worn path in the woods. The more we walk down it, the deeper the path becomes. The same thing happens with our thoughts. The more we think them, the easier it becomes. Now here's the good news. Just as we can strengthen negative thought pathways, we can also strengthen positive ones. It's all about understanding how our brains work and using that knowledge to our advantage. One way to do this is through reframing. For example, let's go back to our presentation example. Instead of thinking, I'm going to fail, try to reframe that thought. In a more positive light, I might stumble, but I've prepared well and I can recover gracefully. By doing this, you're creating a new pathway in your brain, one that leads to a more positive outcome. It's like building a new road in the woods. At first, it's a little bumpy, but over time it becomes smoother and easier to travel. Another way to rewire your brain is through exposure. Let's say you're afraid of public speaking. The best way to overcome that fear is to face it head-on and speak in front of groups of people as much as possible. Each time you do, you'll become more confident and less anxious. It's like dipping your toes into a pool. At first, it's a little scary, but as you spend more time in the water, you become more comfortable. In a moment, we'll share a practical exercise you can do daily to help rewire your brain. But first, let's explore how limiting beliefs can hold you back. Now that you understand how automatic negative thoughts can hold you back, let's take it a step further and talk about limiting beliefs. We all have beliefs about ourselves and the world around us. Some of these beliefs are helpful, like believing that you can learn new things. Others can be limiting, like believing that you're not good enough. Limiting beliefs are like a ceiling that prevents us from reaching our full potential. They're the thoughts that whisper, "You can't do it," or "you're not worthy" when we try to pursue our dreams. For example, let's say you want to start a business, but you have a limiting belief that you're not good at working with people. This belief could hold you back because now you don't pursue the collaborations and partnerships that could help you grow. You might find yourself focusing on the negative aspects of working with others, like disagreements or personality clashes, and avoiding it altogether. As a result, you miss out on opportunities to learn, grow, and succeed. Or perhaps you want to create art, but you believe that you're not talented enough. This belief could lead you to avoid creating art, even though you have a passion for it. You might focus on the imperfections in your work and compare yourself to other artists, which holds you back from pursuing your passion and exploring your creativity. Let's look at another example. Imagine you want to start public speaking, but you have a limiting belief that everyone will think you're stupid. This belief could hold you back because you'd be so worried about what others think that you wouldn't pursue it at all. You might focus on the fear of judgment and let it stop you from stepping onto the stage. As a result, you miss out on the opportunity to build confidence, develop communication skills, and connect with audiences. The problem with limiting beliefs is that they prevent us from pursuing our goals and dreams. They can cause us to focus on the negative and avoid taking action. Ultimately, they hold us back from living a fulfilling life. So how do you break free from the trap of limiting beliefs? The first step is awareness. You need to become aware of your negative thoughts and beliefs and how they're holding you back. This can be done through journaling, mindfulness, or simply paying attention to your inner dialogue. Once you become aware of your negative thoughts, you can start to challenge them. Ask yourself, is this thought really true? Is there evidence to support it? By challenging your negative thoughts, you can start to reframe them in a more positive light. One way to do this is to use affirmations. For example, if you struggle with self-doubt, you might say to yourself, "I am capable, I am talented, I am deserving." It might feel awkward at first, but over time it can help rewire your brain to believe in yourself. Another way to break free from the trap of limiting beliefs is to set realistic goals and take small steps toward achieving them. This can help you build momentum and motivation, which can lead to bigger achievements. Remember, progress over perfection. Even small steps in the right direction can make a big difference. We'd like to leave you with a practical exercise you can do daily to help rewire your brain. It's called the 3-to-1 rule. For every negative thought you have, force yourself to come up with 3 alternative thoughts that are either positive or neutral. For example, let's say you're feeling overwhelmed and think, "I'm a failure." For this thought, you could come up with 3 alternative thoughts. "I'm learning from this experience." "I can improve next time." "I've learned a valuable lesson from this." By doing this, you retraining your brain to focus on the positive and neutral aspects of a situation rather than dwelling on the negative. It might feel forced at first, but over time it can help rewire your brain and create a more positive mindset. So remember, your thoughts become your reality. The thoughts you think become your beliefs, which influence your emotions and behaviors. So take control of your thoughts and don't let them control you. With practice and persistence, you can rewire your brain and achieve your goals. Remember, you are capable of achieving great things. Don't let negative thoughts hold you back. Embrace the power of your mind and use it to create a positive and fulfilling life. And if you found value in today's video, don't forget to subscribe to Mind Media and hit the like button. Until next time, take care and thanks for watching.